everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So from the past 3 months I have been doing this whole shorts series on my YouTube channel, and I am sure you would have come across it. So I did this whole 90 days of growing my dream blog with my writing team, and last week I completed those 90 days. So in this video, I am going to share all of my experiences, the good, bad, the best and the worst part of having a writing team, managing them, and most importantly, how much my blog was able to grow in these 3 months, and how having a team impacted not just my blog's growth but also my routine, how it brought in a lot more than I thought. So I am going to share all of it, and yes, by the end of this video I also have a very important announcement for you, so make sure you watch this video till the end. So my experience of having a writing team began on 1st November 2023, and in October I decided that it's high time, I need to have more people to grow my blog. But I also knew that I do not want to exploit the writers, given that I have been a freelance writer myself for the past 3 years. I very well know the pain and the feelings of a writer goes through when all they have to do is just work and get nothing in return. So instead of asking people to write for me for free, I decided to turn this whole thing into a blog writing mentorship program. And yes, it was free for everyone. So in October, when I announced it on my social media channels, on my Instagram, on my LinkedIn, I received like a very overwhelming response. I was not sure that I will have more than 100 writers reach out to me and tell me that they would like to work for me, or they would like to work with me, in fact. So when that happened, I was quite taken aback, I was quite overwhelmed, and I decided that I will take in, because it is my first time of managing a writing team and I wanted to challenge myself, so I decided that I will take in as many people as I can, which I did. And then it didn't really work out for me. So I started this whole mentorship thing from 1st November 2023, and we started with an onboarding call where I told the writers the rules and regulations of this mentorship program, which was, there was nothing major, as you know, no major rules as such, but the most important thing was that my writers were supposed to write 4 blogs a week, every writer, yes, and wherein I will give them personalized feedback, and every Sunday we meet for a training session where I taught them new concepts and aspects of blog writing, essentially blog writing, so that whether you have a blog or not, let's say you're a freelance writer and you want to improve your blog writing skills, then this is probably the best way to do it, because along with learning blog writing, I taught them very different aspects of SEO, and basically everything that was working for me or not working for me, I was sharing everything with my team. So these people literally had a very great experience, a very very raw experience from my eyes of growing a blog. And in October, I remember when I started with this writing team, in October I had just crossed the 6,000 per month blogging traffic on my website. So November, when I started working with them and we started having these weekly training sessions, and I started showing them how I take my blog formats and what is my process. So it took them an entire month to settle with it, and even though I began with like 4 blogs a week, but then by the end of the month, I thought that 4 is going a little too much. So then I shifted to 3 blogs per week by every single writer. while my writers started getting a hang of my writing and started getting a hang of my personal brand tone and voice, I as a mentor was facing a lot of challenges. So the very first one was, while a few writers, literally one or two of them, started getting a feel of how I want my blogs to be, rest everyone else, I was struggling to make them that thing understand. And second, I was struggling with the blog format, because I follow a proper blog format for every single blog that I publish on my website. So even until December, I had to struggle with making every single writer understand that this is how I follow a format for my blog. And the next thing that I was struggling with was time management. Why? Because until October, I was doing everything alone. So it was all me and I had to manage it on my own. But now I had these people in my team who came to me to learn from me. And while I was all open to offer all my knowledge to them, all my blog writing knowledge to them, it quite became a challenge, because I was also editing every single content piece written by them. This is why, even though my writing and editing skills have improved so much in the past 3 months, in these 90 days, it was very difficult for me to edit every single content piece, because while one content, so there it became like some of the writers actually got it, like they got it to the right point, but for some writers it was so difficult, it was literally so difficult, that I had to sit on that content piece for another 3 to 4 hours to edit it again. And sometimes I even wrote the blogs from scratch when I did not like what the writers were writing. Now, to help them with all of these, struggles that they were facing as a writer, and all of this obviously was adding to my challenges, I decided that before I teach them the knowledge or the blog writing in-depth things that I want to share, it's better that I teach them the basics. So every Sunday when we met, sometimes it was after 2 weeks, sometimes it was every week. So every Sunday when we met in the first month, we only focused on the basics. So when I say basics, I literally taught them how to write introductions, the body of the content, the conclusion, how should be the tone, what should be the format, literally going from the basics, literally teaching them the ABC of blog writing. So by the end of November, I was left with 20 writers. A lot of them left. Some of them I removed them because, like I said previously, because of poor work ethics. And by December, the writers who were there, so I told every writer, because I wanted my writers to not just take back the knowledge that I give them, but I also wanted to give them a lot more exposure through my website. And for that, I planned 4 to 5 things, and here are they. Along with the weekly training sessions and my personalized feedback for every writer to improve on their writing skills, I gave them a lot many more rewards. I promised them that every single writer who sticks to the end of this program, who sticks by the end of this program, they will have a few more rewards from me. So the most important thing is, as writers, when I began, I knew that I was craving to get authors credit for my work. Because I remember when I started in 2020, that is the first thing I did. I pitched people to get me a guest post on a niche specific website for my career as a freelance writer. And I will not lie, it was a game changer for me, because when I closed my very first client as a freelance writer, it was that guest post that brought my client to me. Even though it came through LinkedIn prospecting and everything, that guest post, it played a very crucial role for me to close that client. So I just wanted to be that stepping stone in my writing team's career. So the very first thing I promised them is that every single writer who makes by the end of this 90-day challenge, the 90 days of working as a team together, they will get a blog on my website as proper author credits. The second thing is I will be writing testimonials for them on their LinkedIn profiles. The third thing is I will also write LinkedIn posts for every one of them, explaining my personal experience with every single writer so that they get more exposure through my LinkedIn profile as well. And along with this, during these 3 months, whether it was in their freelancing journey or in their blogging journey, whenever they had any kind of problem or any kind of, say, obstacle, they were free to ask me those questions and I was more than happy to answer them. Well, this was my experience. This is how it became easy for me by January, and like I said, I am left with 8 writers. So along with all the benefits, here is the most important perk they get after completing these 90 days. They become a part of my permanent writing team. You can say that these 90 days are like a filtration process, so that I only get literally the gem of gems writers for my writing team for the future, because I would like my writers to know and to have that kind of understanding of my personal brand. And also anybody who comes and joins, if they trust me, if they are putting their faith in me, and if they admire me enough to literally be here in this program and learn with me, there's no better way than me to actually make them a part of my permanent team and get them unpaid projects in the future. So in October, before I started my team, I closed October with around 5,500 monthly blogging traffic on my website. After the writing team came in and I started posting more content, my blog's traffic went highest that month, and we had a blogging traffic, monthly traffic of 6,300 page views. In December, we did 6,400 page views. And in January, I don't know how, but somehow, because of posting more content and obviously because of the systems that I follow, my blog recorded a highest traffic of 8,200 page views in January. So I was expecting that I should cross 7,000, but I actually crossed 8,000 last month. And yes, I'm just so happy about it, because all the efforts that I have been putting on my blog, everything that I've done on it from the past 13 months, all of it is starting to compound. All of the SEO effect is literally working its magic, because once you start working on your website, this is how it works. This is how long it takes. And SEO is literally the definition of the compound effect. If you want to understand and if you want to experience the magic of compound effect and, you know, experience the impact your efforts can have on your business, on your growth in the long run, definitely invest in SEO. If you cannot hire someone, do it for yourself. Learn it and do it and implement it yourself on your website, and you will soon see what are the magical benefits it can bring to you. Now it is your chance. If you want to be a part of the next batch of this free blog writing mentorship, all you have to do is sign up for this form below. You will find it in the description, and all you have to do is just fill in the details. And unlike last time, this time it is an application based process, and I will only be taking a handful of people, not going with 32 people once again, and not taking anybody and everybody who wants to join. Also, as of now, I am not sure when will it happen again. Probably say 2 to 3 months from now. But in the meantime, if you want me to consider you to basically, you know, be a part of this free mentorship and to give you a chance to be on my permanent writing team in the future, then this is your chance. You have the link in the description box. Go fill it. And yes, if you want to start your own blog, then also I have the link to the workshop in the description. You can access it. I will see you around very soon in the next video on next Sunday. Until then, keep writing and keep practicing. I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for watching.